this video, we'll look at the area and perimeter of rectangles. The perimeter is the distance around the outside of a figure, which is the sum of the lengths of its sides. So in a rectangle, we usually call one side length and the other side width. And you'll notice that on a rectangle, the two sides across from each other are the same. So we have two lengths and two widths. So perimeter would be the distance around. We could just add, we have 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. We could also just say length plus width, but twice the length and twice the width is a formula we often will use. A square is just a special rectangle that the sides are all the same length. Again, for perimeter, we can just add up the sides. So s plus s plus s plus s, or 4s. But again, perimeter is just adding up all the sides. Let's just look at one example. If I had my length of my rectangle be 5 inches and my width of my rectangle be 3 inches, then I could calculate the perimeter. And the way I would do that is I would say the perimeter will be 2 times the length, in this case 5, plus 2 times the width, in this case 3. And when I do that calculation, I'll get 16 inches. So that's telling me the perimeter of that rectangle is 16 inches to go all the way around the outside. For the square, let's just say I said the sides were each 3 about centimeters. So in this case, the perimeter would be 4 times the side length, and the side length is 3. So here the perimeter would be 4 times 3 or 12. And the units here would be centimeters. So again, if I had a centimeter ruler and I measured all the way around the outside, it would be 12 centimeters. The other thing we're going to look at is what is called the area of a figure, which is the measure of its surface. So again, if I had my length, and say my length was still 5 inches, and my width was still 3 inches, what the area is saying is, say if we took those 3 inches and drew lines across, and we took the 5 and we drew lines down, we'd end up making little squares that were each 1 inch by 1 inch. And if you count up the squares, you will get the area. So the formula for area is length times width. In this particular case I was looking at, the length was 5 and the width was 3, so the area was 15. And now we can either write square inches, or often that will be written as 15 inches with a little squared on the inches. And that's telling me there'd be 15 little squares that would fill up that shape or that surface. If we looked at our example that we had done with the square, it was 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Again, we're talking about if we cut it up into 3 by 3, how many little squares are made. In this case, the area would be 4 times the side length, and here it's 4 times the side length of 3, or 12. So 12 square centimeters, or I can write that as 12 centimeters squared. So the formulas that we'll use for rectangles areas are length times width. So that's the formula we'll want to write down for area. And for perimeter, it will be 2 times the length plus 2 times the width.